After a couple of really tough games against Glenville State, that one on the road, and then Fairmont State, that was the game where you kind of wondered, are they going to be able to get the job done? And to respond and get the victory in that game, began to talk about this team may be able to go undefeated during the course of the regular season. So it certainly got more exciting as each game went by.
The best thing about it is we never looked past the next game. And I know that's a cliche. Everybody talks about never look down the road. And I think that really paid off for us.
A member at the Hall of Fame banquet, which is about halfway through our season this year. One of the members of that 55 team addressed that group. The gentleman said, wouldn't it be something, wouldn't it be special if exactly 50 years after the 55 team had gone undefeated, that the 2005 football team could go ahead and be able to achieve that same goal. No one will probably ever forget this year as long as they live. I think I certainly won't, and if you don't have great coaches and great players, you don't have a chance to have these types of years.
And to do it on the 50th anniversary of the only other unbeaten team in school history made it that much more special.
Coming back with 18 in a row, that's something. I've never been associated with anything like that. I don't think you could do that when you're playing softball in the summer.
Quality and character of this football program is just great at this moment, and I think that's a key to a lot of our success.
It's a whole different game. I actually do not believe we had an athlete at Maryland as good as about 20 of these guys. Well, I know on our defense we didn't have anybody could run or play like, I don't know which one.
Get it in here! I got one thing to say. This is when the big dogs come out. Okay? You can't roll with the big dogs. Stay on the board.
We can run. That's the big thing. Everybody can run. I'm not going to say that we've got one guy that's super fast, but we have people who can run.
Hey, baby! We're going to be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party! I like this kind of party, baby!
I think as a team they were outstanding. We could have never got any place without their ability as a group to play, and they like each other and they play hard, and a whole bunch of them get to the point where they don't understand when somebody makes any yards. They don't understand that.
That's the enemy over there. They're not your friends. You don't go over there and shake hands, smile, hug their neck.
Let's knock them on their backs, butt them in the mouth, knock their ass in the dirt. That's what we got to do.
We got to stop that buddy ball, smash everybody in the mouth. Take the running backs to the stands, run up in the stands and slap their mama.
One of the great things was the Slippery Rock game. They threw the first ball down the field, they scored the first series, and our kids just kept rallying and play. And I think one of the big ones was Jerome Quinati intercept the pass in the flat and return for a touchdown.
And sprints down the near side of the field. He's into the end zone for the Shepherd Rams touchdown.
Another one, a nice one, when Peters intercepted the 4 passes, and that's a great accomplishment for him. The 4 passes in a game, and you got the 12. What is that? School record.
4 picks in the ball game for Dan Peters, gives him 12 on the season, and that is a new single-season record for the Rams.
Yeah, I got a smile every time I say Peters' name. I hollered at him for the first 2 years. He had no idea of what formation was what. He's just out there messing around, and all of a sudden he becomes an All-American.
He arguably had one of the finest years that anyone at Shepherd, any student athlete, male or female, has had this year, and be the player of the year defensively in the conference, be the top vote getter on some of those All-America teams as a defensive back. It's just special.
From the right outside, from the left outside, from up the middle, they come all with blood in their eye, all with one idea: get the man.
I think it's a great mixture right now of veterans, guys that have been around for a while, guys that are juniors and seniors, and then some younger guys.
Our defense really was awesome all year. I mean, our defense really gave us short fields to work with. We knew we could take chances on offense because we knew our defense was going to really make every offense they faced work for any kind of points they may score.
And what has happened is they thought no matter what the other team did, they were going to get the ball. If the ball went up, you know, the confidence was there, and that was established the year before. Atmosphere here now is amazing. They believe, the kids could believe they're going to win a ton. And that's all it takes. It's the players. And that's what that sign is. Right there. Football players win football games, not coaches. So if our Jimmies are better than your Joes, we're going to win probably.
So I guess they don't have to listen to you anymore, right?
Now they have to listen or I'll get mad.
But when the Rams stars fail to put points on the board, they turn to the shadows where All-American kicker Ricky Schmidt lurks for most of the game.
Our offense is struggling. I know that I have to be there to help the team if needed, and I can't miss any kicks. Like every kick can, be the season. So I have to be real mentally focused and prepared for anything.
The 3-time Special Teams Player of the Week handles all of the kicking duties for this year's undefeated Rams squad, averaging 38 yards per punt. Schmidt is also second in the conference in scoring among kickers.
Schmidt averages 4.5 seconds of hang time on every punt, allowing the special teams unit plenty of time to get down the field and cover.
I think when you know you have someone that's a weapon that way, that can punt the ball, hit spots, get it out of bounds, make the other team have a long field.
By pinning the other team's offense deep in their own territory, a great kicker can be the best friend of a defense, even if he hasn't made a tackle.
No, I don't think I have ever seen him make a tackle. I've seen him attempt to get in there and get down the field a little bit, but to my recollection, I don't think I've ever seen him make a solo tackle.
I should have made a tackle, but the guy blew past me. Took it to the house.
Damn it, catch him.
Nobody. Now I want you to listen to me, and listen good, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to run the ball, we're going to pass the ball, we're going right down this field, and we're going to score.
It starts with your offensive line, and that's been a big part of our success, not only this year, but in a lot of years. I believe that if you have the mentality that we're going to be able to run the football first, very much like Coach Haley and our defense believes you've got to stop the run first, then you're going to have a chance to have some success in those nasty days when it's muddy and raining, and those teams that only throw it are going to have some problems. We believe you have to have some success running the football. Our players understand they have to have skills as a run blockers, that they're going to have to be mobile, that they're going to have to be able to move. Our kids work very, very hard up front.
and having the multiple tight ends as well as the fullback play really helped out, and we were able to establish a very solid, sound running game.
Well, we got 2 new running backs with the addition of Brian Wright from West Virginia University. He and Dervon Wallace, we felt were going to be very valuable people coming in.
There'll be blockers for Wallace trying to sweep around the left end. He's into the end zone for the Shepherd University Rams touchdown.
Dervon Wallace, his ability to squeeze through holes, make guys miss. And then the speed to turn the corner and then outrun guys once he got to the sideline.
If you and I are in a phone booth and Dervon Wallace, I doubt you and I could tackle him. He's that elusive.
Dervon had, again, one of those just truly great seasons, and was able to set records that, certainly no one had been able to achieve up to that point in time. If you think he can only run outside, we'll show you some tape that he can make good decisions, and he's difficult to work with, running an inside zone play, for example.
Hampson Shabowski wants to throw, sets up the screen to C.J. King on the far sideline. King is up across the 30, cuts back to the 40, across midfield, angling near side of the field. It's a foot race, and there goes C.J. King to the 20, 15, 10, 5 for the Shepherd University Ram touchdown. And off going to Vincent Riggs off the left side of the line. Riggs is into the end zone, touchdown.
We're able to establish the running game very well with those guys with the offensive front and the running backs that we do have. The guy who really made it all work was our quarterback.
Shabowski with time, sets up in the pocket, Lawson into the end zone, Mark Springer is there, it's a Shepherd University Ram touchdown. Perfectly thrown ball from Dan Shabowski.
He was an awesome game manager and a warrior. And I think our players rallied around him.
I think in terms of having to have a leader, someone that's going to go ahead and you get in the huddle, that's going to be somebody that's going to get you to where you want to go, and that's going to be the end zone.
Into the back of the end zone, it's caught by Craig Tremble.
Tyler Lazier stepped in when Dan Shabowski was hurt, and he did a nice job when he was in there, took advantage of his opportunities.
To the players, reality is 1 against 1, move and counter move, helmet to helmet. Nowhere is this conflict more evident than at the fringe of battle where the receiver and cornerback match glares.
He's down the near sideline. He's got Springers wide open at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Shabowski will throw down the middle of the field, looking for Rodney Jackson. Makes the grab at the 35-yard line, inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10. Finally dragged down from behind.
Tremble with the catch at the 25 to the near sideline, 20 to the 15, 10, 5, touchback into the end zone as number 21. Rodney Jackson wide open for the Rams. Touchdown.
Thomas with that underneath pattern is wide open, makes the catch at the 22, angles far side of the field, and Thomas steps into the end zone in motion from right to left. Shabowski to throw over the middle, has Tremble wide open. It cuts back at the 15-yard line, then gets to the outside to the 10-yard line, gets a block to the 5 and into the end zone.
Receivers-wise, they were able to make plays vertical down the field. They were able to take the short passes, convert them into first downs. So we really had a strong, balanced attack.
Looking for Mark Springer, who makes the catch and then is able to stick the ball across the pylon.
And leaping into the air, Jackson pulls it down.
Tremble around the left corner, he'll step into the end zone for the Shepherd University Ram touchdown.
Jeremy Bailey, very intelligent. He did all the checking in the inside, making the changes with the fronts and everything we did. Great nose for the football. tough kid, just plays hard. He had a great year.
Gomez on the controlled roll, looks to throw the football. And away in the end zone, knocked down by Jeremy Bailey, the Ram linebacker. The 2-point conversion fails.
Well, Dustin truly is one of the most outstanding return people in the history of the West Virginia Conference.
He's going to run up to make this catch it at the 35-yard line. He's got nothing but a wall. He's still on his feet and is going to take it to the house.
I remember when he first started first game up at East Stroudsburg 4 years ago. Missed a tackle on a hitch. Never did it again. Nose for the ball. A lot of interceptions over that period of time. Fights for the ball. A competitor.
Travis moved around a little bit. I think he fell into his own once we decided to go ahead and make that move to tight end. He gave us a tight end, which is what we wanted in our offense, someone who could run, someone who had the ability to catch the football. Certainly was someone who gave us that extra weapon inside. Dan's a success story if there ever was one. I never saw anyone that worked harder or who was more of a technician than Dan Gallagher. He wasn't tall, he wasn't 6'2" or 6'3".
And we've gone years here with Dan, and where are we going to play? We're going to play him. He's a 205-pound kid. It's hard to be, we're ranked first in the East and 11-0, and he's 205 pounds, playing defensive end.
That goes to the quarterback who's in his shotgun under heavy pressure, and he's going to lose the ball. He's had the ball taken from him, and it's going to be returned for a touchdown. Number 55, Dan Gallagher.
I think those people who doubted what he was able to do, had a lot of people talking to themselves by the end of a ball game. Jimmy's going to go down as one of the best offensive linemen we probably ever had here. He was a very aggressive player, a hard-nosed player, which sometimes you think those guys are all on defense.
His work ethic was so great, and it really trickled down to everybody else in that group. Never took a day off, never took a rep off, and it was like that for him throughout his entire playing career.
Michael Bailey is another offensive lineman. Mike overcame an awful lot of things. He had a very bad injury early in his career.
He really just overachieved, got stronger, faster, and really understood the game by his last 2 years as a starter.
Jake is one of those people who was told when he first came out for football here that he'd never play, and while Jake didn't have an opportunity to get a starting job, certainly worked very, very hard over those years to do the things that he could to help our football program. That was a transfer here from junior college and was another player who committed himself to working regardless of whether or not he had very much playing time early, and got to play just a little bit more this year as you contributed. Maybe not in the number of catches, but the things that you're able to do, and John certainly was one of those type of players.
I think that the seniors that we did have that graduated, I'm glad that they could go off and have such a special year.